It has been made official. Bryan Danielson will face Kazuchika Okada at Forbidden Door 2 in Canada later on this month. Plus, Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship has also been confirmed. AEW Dynamite will take place live on TBS tomorrow night, and it has been confirmed that AEW President Tony Khan will announce what the first main event of the premiere episode of AEW Collision will be, amid the rumours that CM Punk could be the one participating in it. We have the ratings for last Friday's episode of AEW Rampage on TNT. Bobby Fish opens up about why he left AEW and reveals scrap plans involving him and the Elite. Claudio Castagnoli talks about making his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut in Japan. Chris Statlander talks about her victory over Jade Cargill at Double or Nothing and if she was deserving of ending Cargill's undefeated streak. And JR wants to see Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs on AEW TV more. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of All Elite Wrestling. Let's start off talking about Forbidden Door coming up later this month, and the first two matches have been now made official. The first two matches have officially been announced for AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door event on Sunday, June 25th, 2023. Of course, that being later on this month. Following the events of New Japan's Dominion event on June 4, Will Ospreay defeated Lance Archer to secure his shot against Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Heavyweights Championship, insulting Canada and Omega in an interview. Elsewhere on that New Japan show, Bryan Danielson appeared via a video message. He was in the deserts of Las Vegas, and he wanted to bring the Rainmaker to the desert, setting a challenge for Okada. In an announcement on June 6th, New Japan Pro Wrestling made both matches official for AEW and New Japan's Forbidden Door events in Toronto, Ontario, Canada on June 25th. Now, during the press conference, let us start off talking first, I guess, actually about the Omega versus Ospreay match, so we can go back to Okada versus Bryan Danielson. In the announcement, as I mentioned, both matches were made official. During the press conference, Will Ospreay delivered a video message for the current IWGP US champion Kenny Omega, saying, quote, "What people need to understand is what this match actually means to me. At the Tokyo Dome, I got embarrassed, humiliated by the returning prodigal son. You have no idea what that did to me. My family was at home watching me being desecrated by you. This is about redemption. This is about revenge. In Toronto, your home country, home soil, I'm going to do to you exactly what you did to me." So that match indeed has been made official. We are going to be getting Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay 2 for the IWGP US Championship at Forbidden Door in Kenny Omega's home country of Canada. But not his hometown, but home country of Canada. Now switching back to Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. Kazuchika Okada himself, the Rainmaker, responded to Bryan Danielson's challenge, saying, quote, "Last year, I wrestled at Forbidden Door, but it was against Jay White, Adam Cole, and Hangman Page, people I'd wrestled before. This time, it's against someone new and a big AEW star, so I'm looking forward to it. But this is a battle of New Japan Pro Wrestling versus All Elite Wrestling. So I plan on carrying New Japan on my shoulders and winning for the company and the New Japan fans." So indeed, the match has been made official. Kazuchika Okada confirmed he accepts his challenge. He will go to Forbidden Door and he will win the match, certainly. Again, big announcements for both matches that we knew, again, were going to happen, certainly. But it's nice to know that now they are official. So which one are you looking forward to the most? Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada, a legitimate dream match, or Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay 2? Which match is going to steal the show? And already, with just two matches being announced, is this on track to be the show of the year? How high are your expectations for this show? Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below. Let's talk about AEW Collision, and of course that means involving CM Punk and AEW President Tony Khan. The latest Tony Khan announcement involving AEW Collision is set for the June 7 episode of AEW Dynamite on TBS. On Saturday, June 17, All Elite Wrestling will premiere their brand new weekly 2-hour program, that being AEW Collision on TNT. On the May 31st episode of AEW Dynamite, Tony Khan announced that the debut episode will feature the return of CM Punk to the company. The show will take place at the United Center in Punk's hometown of Chicago, Illinois. On June 5th, AEW posted to Twitter that Khan will announce the main event match for the episode on the June 7 episode of Dynamite. The tweet reads, quote, "This week on Wednesday night AEW Dynamite, AEW CEO and General Manager Tony Khan will announce the main event for the Saturday, June 17 premiere of AEW Collision. Don't miss Wednesday night's AEW Dynamite live from Colorado Springs at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on TBS. Already announced as stars who will appear on the new Saturday program are Samoa Joe, Thunder Rosa, Powerhouse Hobbs, Miro, and Andrade El Idolo. It remains to be seen if any of the announced competitors will be announced in the announced main event match. It is speculated and rumored that this match that will be announced for the main event of AEW Collision will be none other than CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. Again, that's not confirmed, that's rumored. There were rumors previously, prior to AEW Collision being announced, and the fallout of Punk and AEW being in a bit of a disagreement regarding Ace Steel, that there was a match graphic made between CM Punk and Samoa Joe. So the expectation by many certainly is that it's going to be CM Punk versus Samoa Joe in the main event of the premiere episode of AEW Collision. Do you think that will still be the planned main event? What are your thoughts about it? Let me know your thoughts as always. Let's talk about last week's episode of AEW Rampage. Now, we covered yesterday that SmackDown drew huge numbers for WWE on Fox with Roman Reigns' 1,000-day undisputed, or rather Universal Championship celebration. But viewership for Rampage wasn't so good for AEW. Viewership for AEW Rampage was down for the June 2nd Championship Friday episode, despite a card that was very well received by fans online. According to WrestleNomics, the episode averaged 350,000 viewers and around 150,000 in the key 18 to 49 demographic. The total viewership was down 18% from the May 26 episode, which averaged 436,000 viewers. Rampage was down 3% in the key demographic. The show's Championship Friday theme came in the form of a 4-match card that saw the AAA Mega Championship, New Japan World Television Championship, New Japan Strong Women's Championship, and the Ring of Honor Pure Championship all on the line. Additionally, the show saw a potential Ring of Honor angle form in the show's closing moments as former ROH Pure Champion Daniel Garcia came out to confront current champion Katsuyori Shibata. The future of Rampage is sure to be the topic of much discussion when AEW Collision begins airing on Saturday nights on TNT. The new show will feature the return of CM Punk to AEW, but the show's Saturday time slot has been questioned by some in the industry. So what are your thoughts when it comes to AEW Rampage? Of course, Rampage tapings are going to continue to take place after Dynamite airs live on TBS on Wednesday nights. Then they tape it for the Friday episode, and then Ring of Honor is going to be taped after Collision is live on Saturday nights. But what are your thoughts on the future of Rampage going forward? Is it going to continue to suffer in the ratings, particularly when Collision debuts the following night after AEW Rampage? Bobby Fish, his animosity with AEW is pretty well documented, and the real reason for Bobby Fish departing AEW has been revealed. After spending 10 months with the company, Bobby Fish shockingly left AEW after his contract reportedly expired with the promotion. There has been a lot of questions regarding what happened between the two sides, as Fish's departure seemed to have come out of nowhere at the time. In a new interview with True Heel Heat Wrestling, Bobby Fish spoke about what led to his departure from AEW. He said, quote, "And then contracts came up, and, really all it came down to with me and AEW was we couldn't agree on a number going forward. We couldn't agree on not even a number. We couldn't agree on numbers. So like we're talking everything that would be in a contract. And we tried, and my agent at the time, who knows their lawyers, they tried, but we just couldn't come to an agreement. And so, I don't overvalue myself, but I do value myself, and I'm not going to shortchange myself. So other people can, but I'm not going to devalue myself. And that's kind of where we were. So yeah, I walked out, and that was it. It was amicable. I mean, they were like, okay, well, we're not gonna. And I said, okay, I'm not gonna either. So yeah. He also revealed some previously scrapped plans involving himself, the previous Undisputed Era, and the Elite moving forward. Now, in October 2021, of course, Bobby Fish came into All Elite Wrestling and quickly became aligned with his former Undisputed Era stablemate, Adam Cole. Then, shortly thereafter, the duo were joined by Kyle O'Reilly in the company after he left WWE NXT when his contract expired. With 3 out of the 4 members of the dominant faction in AEW, many fans assumed a future rivalry between the former Undisputed Era and the Elite's Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks would happen. However, Fish wound up departing AEW following the expiration of his contract in August 2022. In a new interview with True Heel Heat Wrestling, Fish was asked if there were ever any plans for a feud with the Elite scheduled before his departure. He answered, quote, "Yeah, the plans were always something between the group of us, some version of Adam, me, Kyle, Roddy, if he ever became available, and then there was Matt and Nick, who we already knew and we had such chemistry with, and Kenny and Adam are great foils for each other, and like there was just, the things that made sense. They made sense, and I think everybody, even without talking about it, kind of knew where we were headed. Tony books the show, and I'm sure he had that long term as well. I believe he did. I can't speak for the man. But things happen, variables get in the way, and sometimes, pro wrestling, sometimes things don't work out the way you plan, and a booker has to roll with those punches especially. So we got close to some stuff, and then we were still waiting on things, and then injuries and other things. So, of course, it didn't happen in the end. Most likely it was a situation, because they did do the turn, remember, on the Elite, but Kenny Omega hadn't come back at the time. Kyle O'Reilly got injured, had to undergo neck fusion surgery. Adam Cole got injured as well, and then Bobby Fish left. So realistically, it kind of was never really on the cards, was it? Now, let's talk about Claudio Castagnoli. He's opened up about his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut. Of course, he made his New Japan debut over the weekend. Claudio Castagnoli has commented on his New Japan debut at New Japan Dominion. Claudio Castagnoli made his New Japan Pro Wrestling debut by teaming up with his fellow Blackpool Combat Club member Jon Moxley and Shota Umino to face Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Tomohiro Ishii for the never openweight six-man tag team titles. In a thrilling encounter, Okada, Ishii, and Tanahashi came out victorious to retain the titles. Following the bout, Moxley commented on his return to New Japan and said the BCC had their visas to make more trips to the country. Speaking with Sports Illustrated, Claudio Castagnoli commented on his New Japan debut, comparing it to his arrival in AEW and joining the Blackpool Combat Club. He said, quote, "Joining AEW just felt right, and being in the BCC just feels right. When I stepped in a New Japan ring, it just felt right. We in the BCC are having fun, and that authenticity translates. You can't fake passion, and I feel it's the thing that the BCC is built on." During the course of the six-man tag team match, Castagnoli performed his signature swing on former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada. Reflecting on this moment, he said, quote, "Swinging Okada, somebody I've known for a long time in Japan, in my first match in New Japan Pro Wrestling, that is definitely a top swing." So Castagnoli saying that he's going to be making more trips to Japan alongside Jon Moxley and the Blackpool Combat Club in the future. Chris Statlander, of course, is the brand new TBS champion, but she said she wasn't even sure if she was the one that deserved to defeat Jade Cargill for the championship. Statlander had been sidelined with a torn ACL and lateral meniscus in her right leg since August 2022. At AEW Double or Nothing, Statlander made her return to the ring by defeating Jade Cargill to end her 60-0 undefeated streak to win the AEW TBS championship. Cargill was the inaugural TBS champion and held the title for well over a year after winning the gold on January 5th, 2022. That edition of AEW Dynamite. Speaking on Busted Open Radio, the new TBS champion was asked to describe how she felt beating Jade Cargill, noting that she wasn't sure if she deserved to be the one to end Cargill's streak. She said, quote, "Very much what I've been saying, where I was nervous and I wasn't sure if I was the one that deserved to be the one to do it. It's not just because of how much they built her up. She has such incredible star power. She has such a presence to her. People want to see her. I was putting pressure on myself, thinking like, how am I going to live up to the type of person and the type of star that she is? She's undefeated. She brought so many outside eyes to wrestling. She's done so much. It's going to take a while to realize that I don't have to be the next Jade. I have to be Chris Statlander, and I've got to make my title reign be mine. I can still go out and do events and do things that she did, but I'm not going to be Jade." Praising Cargill for being one of a kind and her incredible reign as TBS champion, Statlander stated, quote, "No one's going to be Jade. Jade's the first ever TBS champion. She's the longest reigning champion in AEW history, and I think those are two incredible accolades that no one else in the world is going to have. It's a lot of pressure about just proving that I am the one that was able to step up, and I can step up, and I will. Even though I've had to miss time because of being injured, I can step right back into the scene and be a champion that people deserve and that people want to see. It's been just about a week since I've been back. I've already technically wrestled 4 matches and I'm so tired, but it's everything that I've wanted it to be, and I'm just so thankful that everyone has trusted me." Finally, Jim Ross says he wants to see more Wardlow and more Powerhouse Hobbs on AEW TV. 2023 has seen the TNT Championship constantly change hands on several occasions, with Wardlow having his second and third reign with the title in the first 5 months of the year. In between those 2 runs, Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Wardlow to win the TNT Championship on the March 8th episode of AEW Dynamite. However, the 35-year-old star regained the title by defeating Hobbs on the April 19 edition of Dynamite. During a KNS WrestleFest virtual signing, AEW commentator Jim Ross was asked who in AEW might be a bit underutilized. He answered, quote, probably Powerhouse Hobbs. I'd like to see more, consistently more of him. And Wardlow, two guys I have my eyes on. We have a lot of guys who are really close to breaking through to the next level, which is great. They're learning and getting better. That's their obligation. They work a great schedule. They have a chance to work out, train, take care of their bodies when they're off. They don't travel as much as other companies. I like where we're headed as far as the young guys are concerned. Wardlow recently defeated Christian Cage in a ladder match to retain the TNT Championship at AEW Double or Nothing. He is currently aligned with Arn Anderson on television. Meanwhile, Powerhouse Hobbs didn't appear at Double or Nothing, but he is currently aligned with QT Marshall in his QTV stable. So there you go, guys. It's the latest AEW news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.